La lutte des syndicats pour sauver l'équipementier automobile Delphi, fournisseur de General Motors, fait figure de symbole dans la région. La mise en faillite de Delphi l'autoriserait à cesser de payer les retraites des ouvriers.
It's all gone. There's nothing. When you go down there, there's nothing. You go down Chevrolet Avenue, everything's gone.
You mean that doesn't exist anymore?
No, it no longer exists.
Yeah. There's a Union Hall and Plant 38. This is the only building left down there.
Yeah, take it to the spot.
And what's there? Nothing?
Nothing has been destroyed. Our high point of employment here was about 26,000.
Yes.
And
Now
today we have less than 3,000 GM workers. We have a couple smaller plants, IPS, independent parts plants.
I'm living at poverty level now since my retirement. Where'd you retire from?
Delphi East.
Oh, did you?
And then our pensions are still in jeopardy.
Yeah, well, my
There's nothing to say that our
And
pensions
there's
will
a
be
lot
safe
of
after
people
this
that don't
contract.
understand that after October of '07, GM is no longer obligated to pick up those Delphi pensions.
Absolutely, and our union tells us, oh no,
Right.
oh no, but they're not telling
Well,
us the truth.
hopefully they'll renegotiate that part of it, but there's no telling. So excuse my expression, my butt cheeks are clenching every day because I never know if I'm going to lose my pension or not.
Next year.
Over here, it's hitting us, devastating us,
Yes.
because we were comfortable with knowing we were going to get retirements. We were comfortable to know that our kids would have a job. All right, we don't have any of that anymore.
I just have faith
Okay?
that we're...
We all thought our kids were going to be doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs.
And I mean, and my
All right?
comes from Delphi.
They'd go to college and get a great job. We found out our kids needed jobs just like we did when we graduated. You know, our government turned their back on us. You guys have had governments turn their back on you, all right, the working people. Well, that's what happened here. A bunch of people wanted a few dollars and they save in taxes back because Bush beat that. I'm going to cut your taxes, right? Well, all he made was the rich man richer. And we lost more jobs over it. You got to pay for them tax cuts somewhere, all right? Well, guess what? We borrow $1 billion a day, about $1 billion a month from China to run this war over in Iraq. Huh? Now, how are you going to repay China?
Yeah.
Give them our jobs. We'll buy shit from them, and we'll repay them. Okay? Stuff that we built.
The government should be protectionist, not
so much protectionist, all right? Make it fair, equal. If this guy over here in China gets paid $25 an hour like I get paid here, all right? This man over here builds a product, I build a product. He's got all the safety things, safety nets around him, so like we got ergonomics so we don't hurt people when we work. Mandatory here in the United States, not mandatory over there, all right? We got safety cautions over here in the United States. They don't have to pay for them over there, okay? Make it fair. If it's a fair trade, we can build with anybody. And if you build a better product and I lose it, shame on me then. But it's not fair. There's just no way we can compete. If you can ship it all the way from China and put the same stuff in it, okay, ship it all the way from China over here and sell it cheaper, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Okay? It's either corporate greed and that's what it really breaks down to.
Absolutely.
Our whole government's been corporate greed.
Yeah.
Consumers don't pay attention either. If they advertised on TV okay, if people saw it, they would open their eyes, but they don't. It's on a little tag that
somewhere.
If you read in the back, okay, now mine is all American clothes, but if you read in the back.
It's made in China?
Yeah, oh yeah. Not me. I don't wear
He's a Mr. American.
This is all
made,
American made.
He's probably got his shoes are American made.
Yes.
New Balance.
Yeah.
Le duo composé par les États-Unis et la Chine représente un danger pour le système financier mondial. Certains économistes parlent d'une bombe monétaire qui risque d'exploser plus tôt que prévu. C'est un peu le système du « je te tiens, tu me tiens par la barbichette ». La monnaie chinoise, le yuan, est très faible par rapport au dollar. Les produits chinois ne sont donc pas chers. C'est ce qui permet aux consommateurs américains d'en acheter beaucoup. Et cela creuse le déficit commercial. Faut-il réévaluer le yuan? La question est au cœur du débat à Washington. Aujourd'hui, les armes nucléaires et les passions religieuses sont dangereuses. Mais la monnaie peut être une arme bien plus inquiétante.
98.7 WMZQ Country. Good afternoon, it's Seth Warner. Susie, how the heck are you doing? Susie, Rodney Atkins right now, if you're going through hell, just keep on boogieing. WMZQ Country.
Well, you know those times when you feel like there's a sign there on your back. Says, I don't mind if you kick me. Seems like everybody has. Things go from bad to worse. You think they can't get worse than that.
Understanding the rise of China and responding appropriately is one of the most serious challenges that faces U.S. foreign policy and Western foreign policy generally, now and for the decades to come. China's economy could eclipse that of the U.S. before the middle of the century, which might lead to a reordering of the global trade and investment system and a redistribution of global powers in very fundamental ways.
There are several questions on the international economic questions, so let's go to those. What is the risk of a trade war? And what is the role of the exchange rate issue in preventing this kind of trade war? And what can we expect from the Chinese side? Barry, why don't you go first?
Sure. I think we would like very much to see a more rapid appreciation of the renminbi. We've got about almost 6% appreciation so far. That's something, but there's a lot more that could be done in policy. So, you know, it's one thing to look at the long run, another thing to think of the short run difficulties.
We have focused on the renminbi should appreciate, and the other thing is China should be doing it. The question is, this focus on one instrument is wrong. If the renminbi goes up, what that means is Chinese goods become more expensive, so we will buy more from the rest of East Asia. Indonesia, Vietnam. The Korean contractors that are producing Nike shoes in China will move to Vietnam, move to Indonesia to produce them for that. What we need is a generalized appreciation of East Asian currencies rather than just an appreciation of the renminbi.
I buy bags packed for Hong Kong for tomorrow. So
I'm going to grab a seat in the back.
My business is information technology, so.
We are not asking China alone to solve the trade imbalances. There should be measures on the U.S. side as well, and not just one instrument, the exchange rate. We are also talking about the U.S. getting its budget deficit under control. We are talking about multilateral solutions and multiple mechanisms of solving it, rather than just hoping that there'll be one silver bullet that will get it. All China has to do is just appreciate the renminbi. That will not do it.